We need to help you on your damn freaking textured fringes. So today, we're gonna be teaching you guys how to add texture to the top of the hair with any type of fringe. On this fool. Look at the camera. Texture fringe is getting too popular nowadays, too modernized for you guys to not be able to be a master at it, a pro, because everybody in the damn mama, especially if you're 21 or under, is coming and asking for a textured fringe. So you need to have this in your arsenal to be able to be a master at your craft. That's why I'm here to help you. First thing of the whole haircut, I'm going to start by pulling down the whole hair and set my base for the fringe and where the hair is going to sit. And I'm going to pull it all straight down, creating a box shape to his eyebrows. I'm not going to pull it around it about, I'm going to pull it straight down, because if I cut around it and then I connect to the sides, I'm just going to take too much off and he's never going to want a texture fringe again because it's too short or it's too thin in the corners. This is where I want to be very careful, because if I cut too short right here and then it moves, all this hair that I cut right here, it's going to be up here. So then his corners will be very light, which is the last thing I want to give him. If I'm trying to retain this client, last thing I want to give him is a chopped haircut. I'm going to create sections and just go off of the section, especially since it's so much hair. And I'm going to create a square shape right here. Creating that box again. I'm creating that motion, baby. I'll set my base back here and pull this, but instead of just going straight out, I pull it towards this way, so now I give myself some room, and then I point cut. The reason I'm point cutting it right now is so that it can have more movement and texture when it flows forward to the fringe. And then you see how now I connected it back to the front. So now when I flow to the front, we're good. It's more fuller. Right now it looks like it isn't because we have all this bulk. And as we go through the sections, we want to pull back to our previous section. If you go back to your first section, you're making it more full and heavier. But if you go to just the previous section, it makes it a little lighter when the movement. Now that we pulled all the hair this way, now we're going to pull it back here to take down the bulk. We're going to make sure we're right at the occipital bone so that we can still have weight to this haircut, since it is a fringe. And most people, their calyx right here, if you cut it too short, the hair will stick up. And I definitely had a lot of haircuts like that in the past where I will not go back to a barber because my hair would just stick up and I hated it. Okay, we're pulling back, creating the square shape. Now that we connected the sides to the front, you can see it's very heavy in the middle and it's lighter in the corners. This is on purpose now because we still have the top to cut and add the texture. So now we want to cut the interior of the hair, which is all the movement, all the texture, all that makes the shape of the haircut, what makes the haircut the haircut. Oh, before we get to the cutting part, there's one thing I want to tell you guys that I actually just learned recently, and oh my goodness, this has been a game changer to me, to be able to use my creativity with haircuts. And it's the way you point cut. Hey bro, are you still stuck? Have you not seen growth with your business in however long you've been cutting hair? Are you using the same damn technique? Are you around the same barbers that are not leveling up? Bro, join the Discord down below for free and be around barbers that will give you tips and tricks to just keep growing and to be surrounded by barbers that are winners, having better prices. Why do you have to bug the doctors knowing, bro? Have better prices, build your clientele, how to retain them, just to grow. If you're somebody that's trying to grow and are tired of staying stuck, join the damn Discord and become a winner, because everybody in there is winners and they just join the damn thing. I'm gonna stop talking. I want to point cut the opposite of where the hair is gonna fall down. So if it's gonna fall down forward, I want to point cut backwards. My divots are gonna be in. I'm pointing towards the hair, so when it falls, it's the way it's textured is gonna be more soft. But let's say I went on the other side and I was point cutting forward towards the towards where the hair is going to fall. Now when it falls, you're gonna see those gashes. And those gashes are good if it's intentional. If it isn't intentional, now when he has his hair flat down, it's gonna look like he's chopped. I'm gonna cut the opposite direction so that I can be intentional with my texture. I want it to look good, not styled and styled. I'm gonna make a guideline in the middle. So now with his hair, it falls down at a dip right here. If I want the hair to be more full in the fringe, then I'll pull it straight up and create almost like a square right here. But if I want it to be not as full and I want it to be more forehead, I want his forehead to show more, then I'll cut more at an angle, pulling it straight out with the head shape. This matters a lot because a lot of people want that fluffiness on top, sometimes even higher depending on how much they want it. But if they really just want their hair to be shorter, not as full, not as thick, I want to pull it straight out to that little guideline right here. You see how there's a big difference in the hair? Think of it, it all falls down. You see how much is staying right here? He's able to fluff it up. But if we're doing it with the other way, now we cut it right here. We cut it, it goes down. All this, the top part that I cut is gonna be up here. It's a big difference. Cut, if we're unsure, move it in the way that it would, when you cut it, how it would look. That will answer so many questions. In his case, I don't want it to be as full on top. I wanna be right just in the middle. This is where you add your creativity to your haircuts. And depending on what he wants, the pictures he shows, that's where you determine how much you elevate or how much you go with the shape of his hair. You're creating shape or you're just going with the shape already there. So I'm going right in the middle and point cutting the opposite direction of where the hair is flowing. And I'm just going along the whole way. Now look at, I'm on the opposite side. I'm gonna be point cutting towards the hair where I want. This is where I have to switch sides and make sure that I'm cutting the direction, the opposite direction of where the hair is falling, so that I can have that softer texture when it lays down. Straight up from where, right here. I'm not pulling it right to the middle, which is like that. I'm not pulling it right up to the middle, I'm pulling it straight up from the sides, from the sides. Now I find it. On a cross check going all along, pulling it up, and most of the time I could just add more texture. Just a little extra texture doesn't hurt. And right here, look, you see I was a little off right here. So I'm gonna just hit that with texture, make it all line up together. And usually it's the corners, like this side was good. Usually it's these areas, the corners, where you wanna check it, the receding areas, because those are just when you're pulling up, we could tend to miss it or over direct too much. So now I want to pull up to the front, and you see we can always miss little hairs. You ain't perfect, bruh. So make sure you cross check. Want to pull up, creating a square shape above, and just keep going back. We don't have to take length off. All we gotta do is just add texture. There's a difference. Adding texture is just making more movement. Taking length off is just making the haircut more shorter and shorter. So now I pretty much have the fringe. But we're not average over here. Come on now. We want to set ourselves different and be a unique, creative, different barber than any of your clients have been to. So we're going to go the extra step, and it's not even that much. But I'm going to have you watch me cut the rest of the haircut before I get to that, so that you can really watch this video and learn and become better, because you're the only one holding yourself back.
Gotcha, bitch.
I give you two options. I tend to do both depending on the hair type. If I get somebody with very thick hair and coarse, I'm gonna do both, because you wanna give them the most texture possible, because even with that texture, it's still like hard to, you can see the texture because the hair's just so damn thick. I'll grab the hair, just random clumps of it, especially where it's thicker, and I'll point cut down. And what this does is it's lighter It's not as heavy, so it allows more movement and it gives more volume. Be intentional where you put it. If you want more volume in the front area, do it in the front area. If you want more volume in the back area, do it in the back area. So this is how his hair looks right now. We have good texture. It all flows well. But we're gonna add another version of it. So grab your thinning shears and you wanna be wise with this. Usually I like to say grab different thinning shears with thicker teeth, but I don't have mine right now and most of you guys don't have those. So we're gonna use these ones. Y'all be messing up your clients, bro. People be coming in with super fluffy hair or dead ends to the max because you guys go crazy with these thinning shears. Chill out, it's a tool, it's not the freaking answer. This area is a little bit more heavier. Well, either way, I want to have more movement. So what I'm going to do is make my sections. Boom, boom. 2, that's all you need. And it just makes it a little softer. And then I'm going to go right here at the ends. Boom. And then I'm going to do it on the other side as well, right here. All this is a little bit more heavier. Boom, boom. 2 times. Boom, boom. That's really it. We're just making it a little softer. When you pull it up, we get a line. We get a triangle. We made a square earlier, so we hit that triangle so that we can make it softer as it flows. See, it's a triangle right there. To add more texture to the front, we're gonna do in the middle. This is to add more movement and texture overall and at the ends. Especially if it looks a little heavier in this area, you wanna be hit what falls down, which is this hair. See how when I pull it up, it lifts it all up right here. Hit it another. Look at the ends, only the ends. You never want to hit it all the way to the root or right here, unless you're doing it on purpose. But most of the time, you guys are just trying to cover up your work. Don't do that. Messing up your client's regrowth and they're not gonna want to come back to you. Trust me, they notice it. They notice it. So you can see right here, this side is a little heavier than this side. So what I'm gonna do for that is pull it all up. Pull it all up, over direct it this way. You see how it's all right here? I only need to do it once. That one will make it better. Look at it. Now we're good. I lied. We need to hit it one more time. The best part, baby. And that's the styling. This right here is the fun part. This is what brings the hair to life. His hair looks good. All right, we got some texture. Yeah, this looks good. Even when he doesn't have to put product in. We're chilling. Bro could go out. The wind could be hitting him. He just got to mess up his hair, and then you're chilling, bro. Boom. He could go out whenever he wants. But when we style it, that's a different ball game. The magic sauce. So I grab about like that much. And we gonna rub it all in our hands and go crazy on his hair. I'm gonna rub it everywhere. I'm not gonna be shy. I'm gonna make sure that it is well applied through his hair. And you don't gotta be that aggressive to your clients. He's my brother, so, and I'm his older brother, so, you know, you got the only time that I could pull his hair, actually.
Get away with it?
Yeah, put it in his hair. Sometimes some clients just need more, especially if you want it to hold a little bit better. And in this case, that is the case. And make sure it's in there good. And after that, it's just, I like to put it all forward and then rub my hands through there, making the texture just pop. And then back here, if they want to blow out, I'm going to pull the hair and then scrunch it. But in his case, he doesn't really want the blowout. Look at boom chakalaka. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Suavecito, papacito. Yeah, look at the difference in the texture. With product in, we have be able to have a bunch of movement. So now when bro comes, he's never gonna get texture by anybody like this. He's gonna come back every time and he's gonna recommend any of his friends that have this hair type or this hairstyle. Just because
Mad liberator, death operator.
textured fringe. Honestly, I think it's my favorite haircut just because I feel like I've mastered it at this point. If you're somebody that's really struggling with this, use these tips, just try them and see what difference it does in your haircutting game with your textured fringes. See how much of a game changer it is. Comment below, what do you want to learn next, or what type of what do you guys struggle on? What's the most interesting haircut to you? Do you want to see color? Do you want to what? Help me out. I'm young trying to give y'all a sauce because no one gave me the sauce. I mean, some people did actually, but you get what I mean.